Yo, what's up, guys? Alright, it's time for a new series. What do you think? So, what I'm doing in this series is taking my favorite sandwich tricks all throughout history and recreating them and putting my, spin on them, and I'm teaching them to you on this YouTube channel. It's brilliant! We'll call it the Sandwich Chronicles! Sandwich tricks actually go all the way back to the 1700s. Yeah, it was a shock to me too. I mean, I did a lot of research, and I know you're gonna love this series. So let's start with the first one right now. All right, so this first one is from 1716, and it's from a really old book, vintage book, out of print. You can't even find it anymore. But there's a little article on it that's called "The Mere Delights in the What the fuck is it called? It's called The Merry Companion or Delights for the Ingenious. That's what it's called. So the description of the effect reads like this. So, in this early effect, the performer holds half of the deck in each hand and slams them together face to face, causing an indifferent card to appear in between them. The card that appears is not a selection. So I started playing around with it, taking two halves of the deck and slamming them together, making a card appear in between two reverse cards. And this is what I came up with, so let's get into it. Alright, so for this trick, we will use the two block aces, which we'll get to here in a moment. For now, imaginary spectator, we will have a card chosen. Alright, so go ahead and just point to a card. That card right there, please remember your card, I won't look. And that's about right around the center, I'd say. So go ahead and push that in all the way. Perfect, now watch. What we're going to do is use the aces to try to find that card. We know it's in the middle, but we'll use the aces to track exactly where it is, alright? So take the aces for me and go ahead and put them on top face up, just like that. Perfect. Now we just need to cut them in the middle. So we know about it's in the middle, so try and cut where you think your card might be, alright? So cut them to the side just there. Perfect. Now complete the cut. Yeah, that's good. Oh, you know what? I think you almost had it. I think you might have gotten it, but I think you're close. Let's see how you did. Let's see. Oh, there's the aces right there. Oh, you know what? You almost had it, but here, I'll show you how you can get it every time. So we have two aces right here. Watch, you almost had it. So if you just apply a little bit more pressure with your cut, maybe about like that, you'll get it every single time. See, watch. If you spread through and look now, look, there was one card in between. What was your card? Nine of spades. There it is. Alright, my friend, here is how that is done. So you want to take out a pair of cards, aces, whatever you want to use, and set them aside face up. Now, you want to have a card chosen and controlled to the bottom of the deck. The control I used is by Marla, was called the Convincing Control. And I'll leave a link down below to a video I did. Or there's plenty of ways you can control a card at the bottom. Any way you'd like is fine, alright? So, the main thing you want to sell is the fact that the card is in the middle, alright? So, you don't want to do a lot of shuffling because then the card won't be in the middle, right? So you want to let them know that the card is in the middle, alright? So they see the 7, you do the Convincing Control, and they can see the cards in the middle, so after that you don't want to do anything because clearly the card's in the middle, right? Right, a lot of times a magician will be like this, alright? So you have a card chosen, the 3 of clubs, and then you look, the card's in the middle. In fact, I'll give it a good shuffle, and then they'll say something like, watch, your card's buried down deep in the deck. Well, how do they know that? Nobody could know that since you just shuffled. It could be anywhere. It could be on top. It could be on bottom. There's no way to know for sure. So, do you control without doing any sort of cuts or shuffles after the control is made. That way, they know that the card is in the middle and it hasn't moved. All right, that's what I'm trying to say. All right, so the Convincing Control by Marlowe works best here, right, in my opinion, all right? Or a pass could do, all right? So the classic pass would be just fine. All right, so they see a card, the 7 of clubs, and they see the card sticking out the middle. Now the good convincers have them pushed in all the way and then just drop the deck on the table. So at this point, they think it's in the middle, but it's really on the bottom, all right? So now you hand them the aces and you ask them to put them face up on top of the deck. Now here's why that control was important that I was talking about. Now you say, look, we know your card is about the middle of the deck, so do me a favor, just lift some cards up about the middle of the deck where you think your card might be, alright? So they do that, and you have them put these cards over here. It doesn't matter where they cut to, alright? So now you have them complete the cut, say, look, pick up those and just put those on top of the aces, just like that. Now as soon as they do that, you say, ooh, I think you may have gotten really, really close. Let's check. Now here's the excuse to look through the cards and look at the aces, say, ooh, oh, you didn't get it. Here's how you can get it every time. So you're spreading through, and here's what you're going to do. The card that they chose will be on top of the aces. In this case, a 7 of clubs will be directly above the aces because how they cut the deck, alright? So when you're spreading through, what you want to do is just call that card below the deck, just like this, so you have that card called. Now, when you get to the aces, you say, look, here's how we can do it every single time. So you just separate at the aces so that card just gets loaded under that ace, alright? So once again, the card is above the aces, you're spreading through, you just call that card under as you separate the aces, so that it happens automatically where the card gets loaded underneath the ace, just like this. That's where you want to be, alright? So you say, I'll show you how you can do it every time. Now you set this pack on the table, so there's a face-up ace there. You sort of flick that to sort of prove the singularity of the ace, alright? So you close up, and you say, look, here's how you can do it every single time. You just have to slap the aces, or slap the deck, a little bit harder, and you'll get it every time, just like this. Just like that, I got it for sure. Now have them spread through the deck, and they'll see there's a one face down card in between, which it wasn't there before, so it's like a surprise. And you pull it out, you say, what was your card? They say the 7 of clubs, boom, there it is. And that is the trick. That is the first sandwich ever made, which is my handling on it. Anyway, I hope you like it, and we'll see you next time. Alright guys, so I really hope that you enjoyed this video, and it really means a lot to me that you take the time out of your day to watch these videos. Until next time, happy practicing. I love you guys.